Welcome back to Magnificently Black, where we elevate Black excellence. I'm Courtney.
And I'm Jen.
Today we will shine a light on us. Hi, this is our welcome back to 2025 show solo. Hey Jen, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing good, pretty good, pretty good. So today we're just going to shine a light on us just to see how Magnificently Black wants to grow and some of our like goals and stuff we want to produce for our listeners and just get the word out. So Jen, you can start us off with some of the things you just want to talk about or anything about 2025 you're looking forward to for the podcast or just what you thinking? What you thinking?
So, really, for 2025, what I'm hoping for myself is professional growth. One of the things that I've been trying to focus on, selling myself more, not standing back in the
Mm,
crowd. Another thing is, again, we've talked about on the show before, self help.
yeah.
I've decided to twice a month go get a massage, which entails like cupping and all different kinds of techniques that help lower back pain, which I
Hmm.
have. Um, and also upper neck area because I do sit at the computer and I'm pretty sure you do pretty much all day. There is a
Yes.
spot on the back of your neck that they say, gives you lots of tension and causes headaches. So I get this technique done where they kind of pull your neck. It's kind of a lot of people are like, you let people do that to your neck, but it actually feels
Oh,
pretty good.
man.
So those are some of the things I kind of want to focus on, and mental health too, because
Yeah.
there's some things I need to work out, and mental health is important. And I've noticed that African Americans are starting to get a feel for thinking
Tap
about their
into
mental health
that.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
for
that's one
sure.
thing that I'm putting on my list to focus on, more meditation and that kind of thing.
Okay. Okay, so when you said cupping, I've always that's like it's like with the blood vessels,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay. All right.
And they
I have
put cups. They heat the cups and put them on your back, and supposedly they're supposed to pull all of the toxins out of your body, and you'll be able to see, how much tension or toxins you have in a certain area because it'll light up red, really red. So yeah, that's really good
that's nice.
for back pain. So I do that once a month, but I go twice a month just to get the massage.
That sounds good. Look, that's
Hmm.
something that we were talking about here. We need to find a massage either studio or
Hmm.
someone that like somewhere like a storefront or somewhere because in North Carolina I had one and I went every month.
Yeah.
Now here in Atlanta I'm like I haven't been in years. Now that you're saying that, that's going to be
Yeah.
one of my personal goals too. You saying
Yeah.
that was very good thing. Yeah.
Oh, but I did miss the part about us, growing the podcast too. Of course,
Yeah.
that's top on the list as well. But that's a known for us. But that's just
Yeah.
something self that I
Yeah.
have going on.
Yeah, that's what like we're just trying to make, as we said, more content. So what the things that we're going to try to do this year, we're going to make more content.
Hmm.
We're going to try to network more, and by networking we mean like trying to go to like a conference or
Yeah.
I would say conferences and maybe just I feel like the conference would be the best. I was going to say like maybe talking to people like when
Hmm.
they have like advertisements or just I feel like also by having people on the show. Like
Yeah.
me and Eugene are just like, yeah, we can our friends and coworkers and like we stepping out the box like our previous episode was saying. If you checked in, if you didn't check in, you can comment, like and subscribe. But in our previous episode, we learned that if you're scared, don't be scared to send the email. So
Yeah.
that's what Jen and I have been working on in the last couple of weeks. Don't be scared, right, Jen?
Yeah, yeah, it's nerve-wracking, sometimes to send out to people, just
Yeah,
to gauge how they feel and the reception. A lot of times it takes a long time for them to get back to you, but I think that
yeah,
we need to stick in there and keep following up and trying
yeah.
to get people to come on the show because I think it's important. It can help them as well,
Hmm. For sure, it could definitely help them as
only
well.
just
For
talking about, their business or whatever they're trying to do.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
that's why I'm like for sure. And then one thing I noticed is also by being on YouTube and stuff, I didn't know until recently that YouTube has. so much. Yeah, they have so many like advertisements and stuff that you watch when you're like watching a video, but you can actually have like a little short in, so we can have like show up on somebody else's. Of course, you have to pay for it, YouTube, but that's neither here nor there, YouTube. Saying,
Yeah, yeah.
but so when you said like your personal career goals,
Mm.
like what are some, like you would say, like personal career goals you're thinking about? Are you thinking about doing like any certificates this year, or just like it could be physical? Because I know some people will say they'll do one for like health, like they'll
Mhm.
be like, oh, I'll be a trainer, or like they may say I may want to grow in like a green belt or something like that.
Mm. Yeah, so I mean, it could include some, certifications, but I think my
Oh,
main focus is stepping out of my, comfort zone. And I know I want to be more than just, a team lead now. I think I have the qualities to be manager, supervisor, director, whatever. And, you see these, younger people that are not of the same color who are
yeah.
going for these things, and they're way younger and less skills than I have. So I need to start stepping up and, offering to do presentations or offering ideas that I have, because I have a lot of ideas, but I won't bring them across because I think that they're not going to listen to my ideas, but I see everybody else doing it. So now I think this year I'm going to start doing that, whether it be with who the corporation I'm with now, or if it will be, you know, with another corporation in general, just trying to get more comfortable. Because a lot of times I think we as African Americans, sometimes we're uncomfortable doing certain things. We know we have the knowledge and the skills and the education, and we're smart enough to do it, but sometimes we are scared to bring across what we want to. And I think, well, I can speak for myself. I can't speak for all of us, but I know for me, that's a big thing for me. So this time I'm starting to say, no, this is not going to be the trend for me in 2025. The trend's going to be, if I feel something, if I see something and I want to help do something,
Say
I have to say
something.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I like that. As they say, like at first you have to know your worth, and then it's just like, okay, since you know your worth, then it's just like, okay, like you said, I have to show at work, like, okay, I am, I can do this. I'm not
mhm.
saying I'm better than these people, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Elevate
blow a
yourself is what you
horn.
need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to elevate ourselves and say that we can
Elevate
do
yourself.
everything better than they can. And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what we're here to show, is that we're elevating ourselves to say, hey, we have that education, we have that
Mhm.
experience, we have that knowledge. And probably, to be honest, most of us read more because we are
Mhm.
so interested, and we're so like, okay, I want to learn more. I want to learn more. So all of us read. And that's
Yeah.
one thing I will say about the Black community. Once they're interested in something, they will go into that research or something more in
Yeah.
depth and will find more information than their counterparts.
Mhm.
I'm not saying who the counterparts are, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we all know.
But yeah, but I definitely think this year, some of like the personal things I want to do. Uh, so I was talking to my cousin. He actually came to visit, was it Tuesday before we had snow here in Atlanta?
Mhm. Mhm.
And I was talking to him about going back to school to get my PhD. So
Oh,
hear me out,
yeah.
listeners. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I have been talking to different schools.
Mhm.
And I was thinking about getting my PhD in public health.
Mm.
So it wouldn't be too much since my master's is already in that. But I feel like I haven't been in school since 2017.
Yeah.
I can do the online stuff, but like Jen, like when you did school, it's just like the time
It's a lot.
is,
It's a
yeah,
lot when you're working full time, for sure. I mean, I'm
yeah,
not trying to
yeah.
discourage anybody, but another thing for me too is thinking about this election and all of the changes that are going to be made. I'm thinking
Mhm.
about the financial part of it. Am I going to be able to afford this? Loans are not going to be as ample as they should be, right? And
Mhm.
who knows? So I'm kind of trying to backpedal just a little bit because of that. I don't want to discourage you.
Mhm.
I think by all means, get your PhD. It's great to have. But thinking
It's
about all
just
the things that are already being snatched and changed and these, crazy stuff that's going on,
that's
will we
that's
have
why
that
I'm
money available to us? Pulling back diversity and inclusion. I mean, I just don't know where that's
how
gonna
it's
be, and
gonna work.
right. I need to kinda
Yeah.
focus on my daughter, trying to
Yeah.
get her through and putting my stuff on the back
Mhm.
burner. So I'm trying to decide on whether I should take a break and hold off for a little bit so I can
Okay.
get her through not knowing the changes. But by all means,
Okay.
go, finish off what you're saying about your PhD because I still think you can do it. You have no kids, so it's a different
That's why I'm like,
circumstance.
it, and see, the thing is, it's just like I have seen like people that have said that they have grants and grants through a DEI program for
Mhm.
like for their
Yeah.
PhD program, but it's getting dropped because
Mhm.
of current stuff that's going on. So I'm just
Yeah.
like seeing stuff like that lets you know that stuff is changing and it's sad that it's going back instead of moving forward. And then
Mhm.
it's the fact of, like you said, the financial of it. It's just
Yeah.
like, okay, you can't afford to go to school, you can't afford to buy groceries, you can't, it's just like you can't
True.
afford to it's like, okay, I could go buy groceries, but the groceries are going to be $200 and you walk out with 3 bags of groceries.
Yeah. Of nothing. That's what I call it. I
Yeah.
tell my daughter, "We came out of the store with nothing." I mean, you think
Yeah.
about the week and the times that you're gonna eat and what you're gonna, cook.
Yeah.
It's just right now it's because it's so early in the switch
Hmm.
in office to not knowing what's going on to pharmaceutical, NIH research meetings being canceled and they're worried about their grants. And it's really
Hmm.
a time of trying to figure out, okay, is this something that I
That
should
can
pursue
affect you.
now? How it's going to go through? Yeah,
Yeah.
how it's going to affect being able to qualify for those loans.
Because it's just like, because now that you're saying that, it's just like I'm thinking further ahead, like the EPA and everything like that. It's just like
Mhm.
those government agencies are affected also. Because I remember previously when this happened, it was like EPA was done.
Mhm.
All the environmental stuff was just like, yeah, we're not doing that. So it's just like you said, you have to figure out how it's going to work. But I also is just like the grass gonna just I'm also just seeing how it's gonna play out in the future. Like one of the things I said I wanted to do was go back to teach, like be a
Yeah.
professor.
Mhm.
So that's why I want to get my PhD. That'd be
Yeah.
like something I would
I
want to
feel
do
you.
like in retirement. But
Mhm.
I was just
Yeah.
like, I could get the PhD, have experience, and then just go back and be a retired professor at like Virginia State or here in Georgia or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I
it's
mean, there's always gonna be those opportunities available too, and again, I'm listeners, I'm a little bit older than Courtney, so I need to be thinking about, what I'm gonna do, when I retire, if it's, what kind of industry or things I'm gonna do just to hold it down because, everybody knows retirement is not gonna pay for everything. It's just not.
mhm, it's not.
So, what
Mm-mm.
am I gonna do to keep myself busy when I'm in retirement? Because 10 years or more, I'm gonna have to start thinking about that,
Yeah,
as
and
well
see,
as
this
putting a child through college.
yeah, and see, that's the thing is like I having a plan is like the best thing. Like you
Yeah.
saying like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Like you said, looking down the road for 5 years, 10 years. So like to
Mhm.
the listeners, like you wanna always have that plan to have either a 2 year goal or make short term goals, like your 6 month goal, where there's just like,
Yeah.
okay, in 6 months I'm gonna apply to do a certification, or 6 months I'm gonna hmm, let's give be like what's the one you could do in 6 months? I don't know, like maybe
Yeah.
apply for a new job, maybe apply for anything. anything you want to do, just set those goals
Yeah.
and write them down, write them out so you don't
Yeah.
forget them. So that, like Jen
Hmm.
said, like you can write it out, know your goal, map it out, say,
Yeah.
okay, by this time, if it's not done by that time, just roll with the
Keep
punches.
keep
Keep
pushing
going.
forward. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're always going to have to tweak some things because it does get behind on your timeline for when you want to do it. It might not
Mhm.
happen like immediately. When it comes to like professional or school or that kind of thing, if you have those kind of goals. Now the self goal, same thing. If you feel like you don't have the finances to do the self goal, like I'm doing 2 months, two times a month, then you do it once every 3 months. I mean, you just have to
Mhm.
figure out, what works for you, and it takes some planning. But if you write it down and it doesn't happen, you just regroup and figure something
Mhm.
else out. That's the way I see
That's
it, because there's a lot of times I have all these things I want to do, and it's like, my husband will say, "Oh, we can't do that." Then I have to backpedal and figure out, is this something that I can do singly, right, by myself, or is
yeah.
this something that, you know, you're gonna have to put on the back burner forever? But I
Mhm.
say live your life, because again, with everything that's going on in the world, it's not promised, and you don't want to
Mhm.
live it miserably. So
Yeah. Because that's
make
why
them
when you said
goals, go for those goals. Yeah.
go for your goals and objectives.
Yeah.
Your objectives at work. I mean, objectives at work, schmirk. But I definitely agree with Jennifer when she's saying like when it comes to your goals. Um, but well, well, my wife is home. But anyway, um, so one of the things
she's
that I
she's
talked
breaking
about,
in on the recording.
right? And I was just like, wait, maybe I should have muted it, but it's okay. So one of the things we
Sorry.
talked about was like networking. So some of the conferences that we saw were like any some of the conferences we saw were like in Atlanta, Charlotte area. I wonder is there one in Raleigh or Durham? But
I'm
hey,
sure there probably
listeners. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Hey, listeners, if there are any podcast conferences that you can think of,
Mhm,
could you let us know in the comments?
mm,
Um, and then what we would like to do is just possibly just go to see, I guess, other content and how we can grow
mhm,
and just get our word out there. So as you
yeah,
see, we've tried to update the platform. We have a new look to it. We are growing with our we're growing with our listeners as well as the people that we invite. We're trying to push out, as you see, this is our third episode. So
mm.
we're trying to get y'all more content more often.
Yeah,
Um, so 2025 is looking really good. We even said like during our meetings, 2025 is going to be our year.
mhm.
Jen has, yeah, Jen been putting in work. Okay,
Trying
y'all.
to. Yeah, I think you're putting in more work than me, but I'm trying to get better.
So
Yeah.
that's one
S
thing we will definitely continue to do is try to record more and try to just be more, as I say, consistent with the podcast and just getting more
Mhm.
content out.
Yeah.
Um,
And again, a learning experience too. So if there's any
yeah,
like podcast conferences where we can learn how to, push content and make content more um, interesting to our
mhm,
audience, that's something we're definitely looking forward to doing. So
yeah,
I told Courtney I'm all game for traveling to some of these things to do, just to see how other
yeah,
people do it in other areas, other cities, right?
yeah.
Um, so hopefully we can
Because
get that
that's
pushing.
look, and when you said that, I was just like thinking, okay, so we all listeners and everything, we have merch, but we need to get more merch if we
Oh yeah.
because it's definitely one of the things on our list that we've been talking about. So one thing I will say, like I have business cards and stuff, so like when we're out and stuff, you could just like scan them.
Yeah.
Um and it actually takes you to our link tree and then you can listen to the podcast from anywhere from Spotify, Apple Music. We're on YouTube. You can see our beautiful faces on YouTube.
Yep.
Apple is just going to be listening. So anybody that's listening now, you're probably listening to us on Apple.
Mhm,
But one thing Jen has been helping me with is definitely we're working on changing the website and stuff to
mhm.
where I can well where we can actually both build the website together. And it's
Yeah.
not like something where it's just, I don't know, like right now it's just like a regular website, but we want to have it
Yeah.
so it can incorporate more. So Jim, what were some things you may want to incorporate like on the website possibly?
Definitely, like you said, the merch. We want to try to start
Mhm.
having personalized templates for things when we send it out for guests. We want to make sure all of that is kind of synced together. Everything that we
Yeah.
have on the website should match those templates, right? Anything on those templates could have our information from our website. Um, my vision is to kind of have things that we're streaming on that website, but not be so
Mhm.
separate. Like when you first go to the website, first thing you see is our video, our most recent video, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping to do with it. And then
Okay.
also to have like a little agenda to the side showing all the other shows that we have ideas coming up. And then that way, if someone comes to our website and they're in that business, and we have over on the agenda side that we want to interview someone from, let's say, a car dealership. That's just something out of the air. They could see, they're trying to get someone from a car dealership. Oh, we do that, right? And then they can reach out to us about, being on that particular episode. So that's my idea for what I wanted to do. Now, I'm sure Courtney has other plans, but we got to come together
Look,
on how we want it to look.
look, I like those ideas though. Those are really good.
Yeah.
Look, we dog sitting this weekend. But anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that right now. We're not gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about
You got a
looking at
busy household over there.
Jennifer, if oh yeah, but anyway, definitely we definitely want to work, definitely agree with that website idea because I do like that by having like the video, we have like the
Mhm.
intro video and stuff like that. So then people
Yeah.
can get to know us and see, hey, this is what Magnificently Black is about. And
Mhm.
also have like maybe tabs or something with like you said, like on the side, like, okay, this is like a cake person. This is like a real estate person that you can get in
Mhm.
contact with. This is
Yeah.
somebody that we previously interviewed or just talked to and chatted with so you can get to know them. That would be nice. And
Yeah,
just have
and
like
then we
all
could
one
also, if
page.
we're using social as well, we can take that agenda and throw it up and flash it in our social. And then if someone sees it in our social, if they're not coming to our website, they can see what the upcoming agenda is, and then maybe reach out. So I think that there's a
Like,
lot of things that we could tweak. Again, coming along with the trend of our 2025 plans and to
mhm.
to elevate this podcast. I think those are good ideas for us to link up to. And again, listeners, if you're listening, please reach out if you have something that you want to come on the show for, because we like to have a good time on here. Go back to our other
Mhm.
videos, you'll see what a good time we have on this podcast.
Definitely. And I
Yeah.
will say, as y'all see in the background, it's blurred out a little bit, but it's like I have the podcast running so that we can also show that hey, this is us in the
Yeah.
background. I have playlists playing, like
Nice.
we are a cool people, family oriented. We love our community and we're just here to get those words out of encouragement. And like we said, we want to elevate us as a people and just know that um no job is too small, but also, again, just shoot for your goals, write them out,
Hmm.
reiterate them. Just know that, hey, if it didn't work this time, you can. That don't mean right now. Right now is a no,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that it's always going to be a no. So
Hmm.
y- I just want to say, don't let your nose define you. Just keep
Exactly.
working at it. Do your thug. I would say do your thug thizzle, and it'll be fine. But
Yeah.
2025, we're gonna be here. We're gonna see you through, and we're in this together. Any other kind words you want to say before we head out, Jen?
Well, I just want to say, come listen to us. Stay
Mhm.
positive. Don't let the negative things bring you down so early in the year. Keep pushing. Check out our business card there. Come see us. And for God to give us grace to keep going strong in this, having our good relationship that me and Courtney have together, for friend wise, in order to keep this going.
Mhm.
So I just say, keep going for your dreams. Don't let anyone bring you down. If you see negativity, take that negativity and make it into a positive.
And keep it going. So, with that being said, we want to just say Happy New Year and just ride, enjoy the ride for 2025 with us. We don't care what else is going on. Like We're not here for that negative stuff. We're gonna keep doing our goals and keep shooting for the stars. So I just want to say I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. And all the listeners, again, we are on Facebook. Of course, we're on Facebook. We're on Facebook, Instagram. We are on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. I'm gonna try to get us on some other platforms this year. We're gonna see, but check us out. So, peace and love. See you later, fam.
Come, Lisa.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.